My name is Yordanos and I come from Eritrea. I was born there. I lived there until I was 12. Because of the war, then I moved to Italy, where my mom was already there working. I lived my life there until 2014, when I decided to come to Denmark.
So you live in Europe for quite almost
42 years now. Yeah.
many years.
I came to it. I went to Italy in 1978. Yeah,
Wow, that was a long time.
long time.
So how much do you, since you came to Europe, do you ever get a chance to go to Eritrea before?
Yeah, let's say that at the beginning not, because there was the war, and I didn't want to go back. But then after the independence, I went there after 14 years. Then I have been there other 3 or 4 times since 1991. Yeah, I don't go there that much, but yes, I do remember everything. I love my country, and I'm really attached to all what happened there, and I keep all my relations and stuff, and my family was really involved in the struggle for the independence, so I didn't forget anything. I mean, I'm not that kind of, there are Africans who leave the country and then they never go back. They don't have any relation, but it's not my case. I do speak the language, I write, I read Tigrinya, so.
Yeah, because that's what we're thinking. If you really, after you left at the age of 12, if you still recall, if you still have got friends, because I see many Africans when they come to Europe tend to forget their country.
I do have family, not any more friends, because of course Eritrea has been through a lot of problems, and for a long time we suffered the war, and it was huge, and so all my friends went, some to fight for the independence, and they never come back, and some are all over the world. So I don't have contacts with my childhood friends, except 1 or 2. But my family, yes, all the family, cousins, uncles, aunties.
In 1978, you came to Europe.
Yeah.
In Italy.
Yeah.
So how was or how life in Italy before you come to Denmark? Let's talk about Italy. How it was during that way in Italy.
At the beginning.
Yes, at the beginning.
Oh, it was a shock. It was a shock because I didn't want to leave the country. I have been pushed and dragged by my family. So I was young, but I knew what I wanted from my life. So it has been like I was cracked in 2 pieces. One was there and the other one was here. And for the rest, I learned the language quite quickly. I was young and I went to school. I did what my mom wanted from me, but like the feeling inside, or dreams, or becoming this or that, for me, everything was closed, you know. I did what I have to do. I keep doing what I have to do. Eritrea, as you know, was an Italian colony. I did know how was Italy, how was the Italian people, a little bit. And my mom was already there in Italy, in Milano, working. And so I just arrived. Yeah, What I remember is that at the beginning, I haven't been shocked about anything because I didn't want to stay there. I didn't even notice. I discovered Milano like, let's say, 6-7 years after. What it was, how it was, and if I liked it or not. But at the beginning, there was a closer, like I were a closed window. I learned the language because I have to. I went to school because I had to. The first 3 years, I didn't even try to have friends. I am an only child, and I was really lonely. But if on one hand it was the situation obliged me to be lonely as a kid, on the other hand, I didn't even try to get in relation with the kids at school or, yeah, I wasn't happy.
We talked last time that you started a restaurant there, right?
Yeah, my mom had
Your
a
mother
restaurant.
had a
Yeah,
restaurant. Can
yeah.
you tell
It
bit
was-
about the restaurant, how it was?
It was a small restaurant. She was doing like in the evening Eritrean food, and at midday just Italian food for the workers around the place. I mean, I worked with her like 4 years, and it was nice while I was studying at the university. The restaurant was a beautiful experience because I did.
So what I understood, the restaurant was working during
Both.
the day.
During the day, in the midday, for lunch and breakfast, it was like Italian. And in the evening, we were serving Eritrean food.
Okay.
My mom is a great cook, and everyone loved her. It was a beautiful place, and she ran it for 22, 24 years.
So why you didn't take over after? After she's retired, right?
Yeah, after she retired, she asked me if I wanted it, but at the time I was working as an agent in a modeling agency, so it scared me to take like a place all over me, and I didn't want it. And it was, of course, she had it with another person who was like her partner for 25 years, and then they split, but they kept the place together. So I was angry with him because I lived with him all my life, and he was my father, and he left us. So I didn't want to be involved with him anymore, and I didn't want to take a place, and it's not easy. My mom left her legs there. Yeah.
So that is the place where you learn to cook, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how long you been a cook?
I am not a real cook. I know how to stay in a kitchen. I can do things, and because I learned it from my mom, she's great in doing it, and I worked with her like 4 years full time, and then I went away from there, and I started my job in the agency. But I kept going there, helping her each time that I could, in the weekends, and so I did it like for 22 years, since the beginning till we closed it, we sold it. And then when I came here in Denmark in 2014, the first job that I did was working in a restaurant in the kitchen. Since then, like, it happened like from one restaurant to another. I worked always in the kitchen.
Yes. how it is, or why did you move to Denmark? Why Denmark?
Denmark because I had relatives here. There is my uncle, my mom's brother, and there is my cousin, always from my mom's side. And I was needing like to move from Italy for personal reasons. And the project was to give my daughter a chance in another place, because Italy lately is becoming like harder and harder, and I thought that she was needing something new, a new place where she can get more opportunities. So I decided to move.
So how do you compare Italy to Denmark when it comes to food, culture, language? I don't know if you already speak Danish or not.
No, I don't speak Danish. It's really hard for me. My daughter, for her, it was like a question of 2-3 months to learn it. For me, now I do understand when people talk to me, but I cannot answer. Yeah, I can answer a little bit, but it's easier to talk in English. Let's say about Denmark. Denmark is a well-organized country. Everything works. The bureaucracy, the system is functional, you know. I miss a little bit of the heart and the warmness of Italy, because the people in Italy is a little bit different.
How different today?
It's easy to make friends, it's easy to talk to people. Here is like, I tried when my daughter started school, it was the easiest place to keep in touch with other moms, but I think that I didn't find the key to, to get in. I was talking to some moms, we went out for a coffee, stuff like that, but it wasn't easy. And you don't get more than that, you can have, Danish people is the nicest. You stop someone on the street, you ask, they smile, they give you the information that you need, they are polite, but nothing more. You cannot,
Okay.
This is my experience, of course.
Yes, each one have got his own experience. I would like to hear from you. How is your experience? So when it comes to the culture, the food, how do you see Danish food?
Do they have their own cultural food? Cultural food. I tasted on Christmas. My family, my uncle has, of course, he is married. He has 2 great sons. One son and 1 daughter. And my cousin has 3 kids. So when it's Christmas, we do celebrate together. And they cook the sweet potatoes and just the meat, the roasted meat. I never tasted anything else. The fish, the way they cook the fish, like this marinated fish, I don't like it. I cook like Italian food at home.
You work in many kitchens here in Copenhagen or in Denmark. How do you see? When you go or work in these kitchens.
Oh, some are like hectic, and there is a lot of stress, and you have to be quick. I don't understand this way of serving the food. If I go to a restaurant, I go there to spend some time, and it's not only about the food. It's not only that I need a meal and eat it and then I leave. It's about talking with the people. And if you give me the food like in rush, it comes the first course, and then the second, and then as soon as I finish the first, this was the first thing that impressed me. The first place where I worked, it was a kind of gourmet restaurant, and the client couldn't wait 2 minutes between the first and the second, and it was the restaurant policy to do that. But if I spend a lot of money and I go in a nice place, the food is nice and there is wine, I need time. I mean, in Italy, you sit down and then you wait, and the cook has plenty of time. If I ask for a risotto, it takes 20 minutes minimum. It's not like
So I mean, the difference is probably in Italy, the cooking fresh, not just up.
Yeah. It's also in this place where I work at, we do it like at the moment. That's why you have to run, and you cannot do something nice and good if you don't give it the time that it needs. You cannot have half-cooked rice for risotto. No way.
And now you are on different
Now
place.
I am here in this place, and we are at Scandic Hotel, and I work in the weekends for breakfast, and I love it. I mean, this is a new experience. The people is nice to each other. Not only I work with Rachel, this girl, which is really nice and professional, but with all the people who works with us in the morning, we do have. You work like relaxed with a smile in your face. Everyone does it. You guys impressed me when I came here the first time because it was so friendly. Not concentrate in your job and that's it, and looking at the other people. And I loved it. Yeah, I like it. The system, the food. Of course, we do breakfast, so you have salad, and it's not that much that we cook. It's about preparation, and but anyways, it's the food is fresh, a lot of fruit and vegetables, and I like this. I like it, and I like the professionality mixed with like kindness. I do love that. Kitchen is my natural place. It's my mom's place, so I'm not intimidated. I like it. Yeah, maybe at the beginning you don't know in which side you have to go. It took me a while to learn where is what, but besides that, when I retire and I stop working, I see myself in Africa.
Oh,
yes.
Really?
Yes. I'm going back home.
Wow, not everybody's saying that going back home. Why did you decide yourself to say that you're going back home? Why?
Because I miss it. I want to wake up with the sunshine, man. I was born in the most beautiful land.
Which part of Eritrea is
Yeah.
you born?
The Highlands, Asmara. I grew up in Asmara, but my mom is from a place called a small village next to Mandafara, which is in the highlands toward Ethiopia. It's in the south. Oh. During the rainy season, everything is green. there. And you have sunshine every day. The people is nice. I miss the talking, the sound, the perfume of everything. I do miss. Each time that I go there, I'm like stoned by all. Also the bad things. Not all works. Sometimes you don't have the light. Sometimes you don't have the water in the house. But I grew up bringing the water from the river, so I miss that, you know.
Very good. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.